Imagine a world where the apocalypse didn't end with a bang, but with a whisper that erased the future, leaving humanity trapped in an eternal, decaying present. You are part of the Legion, a hardened faction of survivors who have sworn to protect the last remnants of order in a landscape defined by chaos and despair. But when you discover that this day after never isn't just a state of being, but a psychological trap designed to break the human spirit, you realize that survival isn't about finding hope. It's about forging it from the ashes through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics. Welcome to the Day After Never Legion, the 8th pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Russell Blake's post-apocalyptic dystopian thriller series. If you love grim, dark survival tropes, tactical warfare, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching protagonists navigate a hostile environment through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound weight of moral ambiguity. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's leadership of a critical defense operation, thrusting them into a race against time to hold the line before rival factions or environmental hazards breach their sanctuary. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of smoke and rust, the static of dying radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they are lost to the void forever. Blake excels at capturing the psychological toll of long-term survival, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of one's soul to the darkness. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular survivor hero trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting raiders, it's about understanding the complex ecology of a collapsed society, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior numbers. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of this series lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major horde or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unadulterated ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. The Day After Never Legion is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Russell Blake has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.